Welcome to my music theory and reading music course. You can read every lesson in this series at your ease at pianotheoryexercises.com, where you will also find interactive exercises to practice what you've learned. Below this video you will find links to those lessons and exercises on the website. Also below this video you will find a link where you can download this whole music theory course as a free ebook, so don't miss this opportunity. And if my lessons helped you, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks a lot! In this 7th lesson of the music theory series, I will teach you how to form a minor scale. Now, to be more precise, a natural minor scale. Now, why do I say natural minor scale? Well, because there are 3 different minor scales. Natural minor scales, harmonic minor scales, and melodic minor scales. We will look only at natural minor scales, since harmonic minor scales and melodic minor scales are a little bit for more advanced musicians, and in the beginning you will only need natural minor scales. We will start with the A natural minor scale, because that's the easiest minor scale. It has, like C major, only white keys. It means that we start on A and go up to the next A by playing only white keys. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. And that's the A natural minor scale. Now, to be honest, I very often just say simply A minor scale and I leave out the word natural. But of course I should say A natural minor scale. So A minor and C major have exactly the same notes in their scale. They only start on another note. C major starts on C, A minor starts on A. In C major, C is the root, in A minor, A is the root, but they have exactly the same notes in their scale. So that means that a natural minor scale can be derived from a major scale. How does that work? Well, let's have a closer look. C and A are exactly a minor third away from each other. How can you see that? Well, from A, go up 1, 2, 3 half tones, and 3 half tones is, as you know, a minor third. This means that you can derive a natural minor scale from a major scale. We call a natural minor scale and a major scale that have exactly the same notes relative minor and relative major scales. So, for example, C major is the relative major of A minor, and A minor is the relative minor of C major. So how can I use this to find other minor scales? Now, if I want to know a certain natural minor scale of a certain root note, then I have to go up a minor third from that root note, and from that note I have to take the major scale. I take the notes of that major scale, but then starting on the original note. Let me give an example. Let's say I want to know the C natural minor scale. From C, I go a minor third up. Well, you should by now know that a minor third up takes us to E flat. So I have to look at the E flat major scale. Now, this you learned in the former lecture. The E flat major scale is E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat. Now, the C natural minor scale has exactly the same notes, but starts on C. So, the C natural minor scale consists of the notes C, D, E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C. So, C minor is the relative minor of E flat major, and E flat major is the relative major of C minor. So again, if you want to find a natural minor scale, just go a minor third up, find the corresponding major scale, use the notes of that major scale, but then beginning on the original note. Is this the only way to find a minor scale? Well, no. You could, like we did for the major scales, also make a minor scale formula. So just look at the intervals between the notes of the scale, use that formula, and apply that to find the minor scale. But I would say that the method of finding the relative major is easier than to use a minor scale formula, so that's why I will not give you a minor scale formula. Another way to find a minor scale is the following. Let's compare C major with the C natural minor scale. You see that there are only 3 notes that are different: the 3rd, the 6th and the 7th note of the scale. In the C major scale, those are the major 3rd, the E, the major 6th, the A, and the major 7th, the B. In the C natural minor scale, the 3rd, 6th and 7th notes are the minor 3rd, the E flat, the minor 6th, the A flat, and the minor 7th, the B flat. So you could also find a minor scale by just lowering by a half tone the 3rd, the 6th and the 7th of the major scale. Now perhaps you notice that I call the E, the A and the B the major 3rd, major 6th and major 7th, and I call the E flat, the A flat and the B flat the minor 3rd, the minor 6th and the minor 7th. Of course, I should speak of intervals. I should say the major 3rd is the interval from C to E, the major 6th is the interval from C to A, etc. But very often I just call the note the major 3rd, the major 6th, the minor 3rd, the major 6th, the minor 7th, etc. So when I say major 3rd, minor 3rd, etc., I can refer to the interval, but also to the note, to a specific note in a scale. So for example, the major 3rd in the key of C is the E. The minor 3rd in the key of C is the E flat, etc. So okay, I just gave you 3 methods to find the natural minor scale. I think the easiest one is just to look for the relative major scale, the first method that I showed you. I think it's a good moment for you to find the other minor scales. So let me again give you the table of the major scales, which we found in the last lesson. On the left side the major scales with sharps, and the right side the major scales with flats. From those major scales, you're going to find all the relative minors. Remember, when you have a major scale, you go down a minor 3rd to find the relative minor scale. So for example, when you are on D flat major, just go a minor 3rd down to find the relative minor scale. Now, from the lesson in which I explained inversions of intervals, you learned that a minor 3rd down is exactly the same as a major 6th up. So instead of going a minor 3rd down, you can also go a major 6th up. Now from D flat, a major 6th up just means that in the D flat major scale you have to go to the 6th note. And that's very easy, since the 6th note in the scale of D flat major is the B flat. So the relative minor of D flat major is B flat minor. This means that B flat minor has exactly the same notes as D flat major. It only starts on B flat instead of on D flat. In the same way, you're going to look for all the other minor scales. So you could, for example, now pause the video, because after that I will give all the results. Okay, here are the results. On the left, the table with minor scales with sharps, and on the right, the minor scales with flat notes. In order to be able to remember all those minor scales, it's important to practice. On my website, pianotheoryexercises.com, you will find articles with theory lessons, and under the theory lessons you will find exercises. You can find the exercises for these lessons when you click on the link under the video, which takes you to the article. Then scroll down to the bottom and you will find the interactive exercises.